had a meeting once with one of my mentors. I'm sure you all know him. His name is Alibaba. And he had just launched this comedy show that he does every January. It's called January 1st. He has a January 1st concert. So he had just done the very first iteration at the Eco Hotel. Okay, this is maybe 2016 or something like that. So he had just done the very first one. And I got to meet him to, congratulate him about his results and all the wonderful things. And then so he started talking to me, because every time he sees me, he brings out a note, he brings out like a paper, and he starts talking and he's drawing and he's writing. So I'm always listening. Every time I'm with my mentors, I'm always recording, because I don't want to make the mistake of just writing, because I may forget something. So I just put my phone on record and I just record everything they're saying and I go back and listen. So he and I were talking and he said to me, I just said to him, I said, oh, sorry, I really hope you made some money, from the event. And then he said to me, he said, bad as a bad. And he said this in pidgin. Forgive me, my pidgin is terrible, so I'm not really going to disgrace myself with my bad pidgin. But he said, bad as a bad. If I didn't make any money, I probably made 50 million naira. I'm going to say that again. Bad as a bad. If I didn't make money, I made 50 million naira. Now, I was blown away, fam. I was blown away. I was like, wait a second. He just made 50 million naira. But you know what tripped me, Bolaji? I wasn't excited about the fact that he made 50 million. That wasn't what freaked me out. What freaked me out, guys, was he made 50 million not just in 2006, so faithful lie. Not just in 2006, he made 50 million. He made 50 million in January. You don't hear me what I'm saying. And he didn't just make 50 million naira in January. That's not what freaked me out. Not the fact that he made 50 million bucks in January. What freaked me out was he made 50 million naira on January 1. Well, you don't hear me what I'm saying. I wasn't freaked out he made 50 million bucks in a year. It didn't blow my mind that he made 50 million in January. He made 50 million January 1. January 1. The first goddamn day of the year. He had already made what some people will make in the entire year. On day 1, he made 50 million naira. And I was so like, oh my goodness, right? And so he said to me, I remember, when he said that, I was like, Jesus Christ. I just wrote it down and I remember asking myself, I wrote a question, how do I make 1 million naira on the first day of the year? That was the question. Now, guys, I need you to recognize that every time you're in sessions like this, don't just write the wisdom keys. Don't just write the wisdom nuggets. That's not what the wisdom is, fam. The wisdom is not in the keys or the nuggets. The wisdom is in the questions you write. It's in the questions, man. It's not in the wisdom keys. It's not in the deep things that, Stan will say, who deep? You write it down. That's not where the sweet spot is. The sweet spot is the questions you write. So when he said to me he made 50 million naira, and he just said, I made 50 million. And he didn't say I made 50 million in one day. He just said, bad as bad, I made 50 million naira. I was the one who said, wait a second. And this is where critical thinking came in. I said, wait a second. He's not telling me he made 50 million naira in the year. He's telling me he made 50 million on the first day. Because what's the name of his program? His show is called January 1st. You hear me what I'm saying? January 1st. And so I wrote down, because I felt like, okay, 50 million is, too much for me based on, this is 2016. 50 million may be beyond even my heart, my soul, my vision. Even if they lay hands on me, I don't believe I can make 50 million in a year. So I just said, okay, let me see something I can work with. How do I make 1 million on the first day of the year? It's beyond my money meter, exactly. How do I make $1 million on the first day of the year? So I wrote that down. That was my question. And so I said to him, thank you, sir. I've got exactly what I came for. And I left. And so I sat down and I said, how do I make 50 million? And, when you ask the right questions, when you write down questions, those questions begin to write other questions. Those questions begin to lead you in the direction of other questions. So I said to myself, I remember driving back home, I said to myself, and please forgive me, I'm not trying to be controversial, but I said, why am I going to crossover service December 31st? What are we doing in church? crossing over and shouting and praying. So I said to myself, while Sam, you know what I'm saying? And while we are crossing over, we're being spiritual and we're going through the motions and fasting and praying and declaring and shouting, as God is pouring the blessings down on the 31st day of the year, Ali Baba has a bucket.
Collecting 50 million, oh Lord.
He's carrying the blessing home. I don't even know why he's put the blessing in the bucket and he's going to sell it. We were getting high on God's supply. We're dancing in the rain of the showers of the blessing. Somebody he has brought Koroba. Koroba, they call it. He has brought Koroba. He has brought some bucket. And he's taking the showers of blessing and he's selling the water. I had to sit back. I was like, Jesus Christ. So I got back home and I said, how do I make $1 million a year? On the first day of the year, that was my goal. And I sat down, I said, okay, maybe God said to me to earn more, do less. Okay, so rather than, now, I must say this is very important. I must say this. There are certain experiences you go through that are fact, but they are not true. I'm going to say that again. There are certain experiences that you will go through in life that are consistent. It's fact, but it's not true. So I'll explain. So as a consultant, one of the things that I've recognized in my business is that there are patterns to my business. So what happens is at the end of the year, when the year is beginning, because my clients are banks and oil and gas and all these multinationals, they have a budget. So the first quarter of the year, they're planning their training budgets. They're planning their training budgets. And so they're doing things like training needs analysis. They're going to their staff to say, what trainings do you need? What trainings did you like? What trainings did you need? And they're collating all this information, right? And usually, based on experience, based on fact, we don't get to do any business with my clients until April. So between December and March, we're roasting. Everybody's roasting because all the consultants are doing the same thing. We're reaching out to our clients. Our clients are saying, you know what we're doing? We're drafting our budget. We're doing our TNAs. We'll get back to you. And they usually always get back to us in April. So based on logistics, based on frequency and experience, we never do business. We don't make money until April. It is fact, but it's not true. It's fact, but it's not true. So there are people are not making money in Nigeria. It is fact, but it's not true. The moment you take, and the fact that it's happened to you over and over and over again does not make it true. It makes it fact, but it's not true. I hope this is making sense, guys. If this is making sense, just say yes. Drop yes in the comments or something like that. Let me know. Let me just check it out. Let me check the comments first. Levith, yes, Tammy, Babatunde. It's moving fast. Clementine, Michael Wealth, Charlotte, Jonathan, yes. Clovis, got you. All right, making sense so far. Right? It's fact, but it ain't flipping true. Right? And I said to myself, okay, you know what? I need to change this thing because now my goal is I want to make $1 million on day one. Now, there are many roads to $1 million. I don't know. You've probably made it before. You probably haven't. I don't know. But there are many ways to make $1 million, right? But there's a formula to make $1 million. Very, very simple formula. You want to make $1 million? Really simple. You can get 1,000 people to give you 1,000 naira. You have made $1 million. Done. You can get 100 people, right, to give you 10 grand. You've made $1 million. Straight up. You can get 50 people to give you 20,000 naira. You've made $1 million. You can get 20 people to give you 50,000 naira. You've made $1 million. You can get, do you get what I'm saying? You can get 4 people to give you 250,000 naira. You make $1 million.
Just for those who are not Nigerians, just remove the naira and put your currency. All right, you get it.
Just put your numbers right there. Yeah, just put your numbers right there. Thanks, bro. Well, whatever the number is, you can get 200. You can get 4 people to give you 250 quid, 250,000 bucks. You made $1 million. You can get 2 people to give you 500 grand. You make $1 million. You get 1 person to give you $1 million bucks. You made $1 million. So now, let's look at the calculation. Whatever the million is, $1 million FCAs, £1 million, $1 million. The numbers add up. Now here is what I need you to do. Thanks, Jonathan. 4 people give you $2,000, 2,500. That gives you, $10,000, whatever. Right? This is what I want you guys to do. Check it out. Now, in that formula to a million, I gave you a bunch of numbers. 100 people giving you this, 50 people giving you that, 20 people giving you this, yada, 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 500 people giving you this, 250 giving you this, yada, yada, yada. Well, what I want you to do, when you think of a millionaire, please be honest with me. This is what I want you to do. Please be honest. Say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. When you think about a millionaire, I want you to write down in the comments what number your heart tells you that how many people do I need to sell to make a millionaire. So for example, for someone, it may be, okay, if I speak to 50 people to give me 20,000 naira, they've given me $1 million. So what I want you to do is write down the number. How many people do you really, that your heart honestly tells you that where I am right now, if I spoke to one person, they can give me $1 million. Some other people may say 100 people. Some may say 1,000 people. Some will say 500 people, 200. Write their number down. Beautiful. 20. I'm saying numbers 50, 150, 1,000. Beautiful. 1,050, 500. The numbers keep going. 200, 50, 50, 100. There we go. The numbers just keep going on. Now, check this out. Whatever your number is, and thank you for your honesty. 1,000 people, 100 people. Beautiful, beautiful, honest, beautiful. This is your road to 1 million. So for some people, they're like, if I sell to 100 people giving me 10 grand, I'll make $1 million. Forgive me if my math is wrong, but you know what I'm saying. If I get 100 people giving me 10 grand, I'm making $1 million. If I speak to 50 people giving me 200, 50 people giving me, this is 220 grand, whatever, 200 grand, I would make $1 million, and so on and so forth. Now, here's the interesting things, guys. Whatever number you wrote down, whatever number you wrote down, is what you call your. Let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. It's your magic number. It's your magic number. Okay, so I'll call you your magic number. So if there was 100 people, it was 200 people, 1,000 people, 5 people, 4 people, whatever the number is, that's your magic number. Now, what does that mean? It means that subconsciously, and I'm hoping that whatever you wrote is your honest to God number. You know what I mean? You're not just trying to impress. This is the number that your heart says, okay, I think I can do this, right? Whatever number you wrote is your magic number. And that magic number is your mind's honest association with how many people you really need to sell to make a millionaire. I'm going to say that again. Whatever number you wrote down, that's your magic number. And your magic number is your route to $1 million. It's your road to $1 million. It's what your mind says that, okay, I can do this. If I get 500 people and I sell them a X number, whatever the number is, I will make a millionaire. But now, guess what? The higher that number is, the longer it's going to take you to make $1 million. The higher that number is, the longer it's going to take you to make $1 million. So in order to earn more, you must have less numbers. Do you get what I'm saying? In order to earn more, you must have less numbers. You must grow your mind, your exposure to the point where my goal is to reduce the number of people I sell to make a millionaire. To earn more, you must do less. To earn more, you must sell less. Rather than selling to 1,000 people, sell to 10 and raise your price. Rather than sell to 1,000 and reduce your price, sell to 10 and raise your price. Do you get what I'm saying? Rather than sell Coca-Cola in traffic that people will buy 100 naira, sell it in a hotel or a 5-star restaurant at $1,000 or $2,000 and raise your price. It's the same Coca-Cola. It's sold to a different market. Because check this out. If you position, I need you to hear me, this is going to be profound. If you position correctly, the market will perceive you, if you position correctly, the market will perceive you differently. And if the market perceives you differently, you will be able to price appropriately. I know it sounds like English, but I'm going to say it again. If you position differently, Kathy, thank you, Kathy, the market will, if you position correctly, the market will perceive you differently. If the market perceives you differently, the market will price you appropriately. So your position affects your perception, and your perception determines your pricing. Hear me what I'm saying? Your positioning determines your perception. Your perception determines your pricing. If you position correctly, the market will perceive you differently, and then then you'll be able to price appropriately. The difference, see, when you fly on an airplane from Lagos to London, or Abuja to wherever you are, right? There are 3 cabins: first class, business class, economy. Well, there are usually more than 3, but for the purpose of simplicity, first class, business class, economy. All 3 classes on the same flipping plane are going to arrive at their destination at the exact same time. We're together? They're all going to arrive at this destination at the exact same time. But how they arrive is a totally different kettle of fish. The guys who are in economy want to get to their destination as cheaply as possible. No disrespect. I've flown economy too, right? The guys who fly economy, right, want to get to their destination as quickly as possible. So they want as cheaply as possible. They don't mind the discomfort, but they want to just get their cheapest price possible. The guys in business class are not necessarily doing it. They're not flying to get there cheaper. They're now trying to associate. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So now they're paying for association. I'm going to explain this. The guys in business class are paying for association. They're paying for the perception that they're bigger than the economy guys and are close to the first class guys. The guys who are paying for first class are paying for scarcity and exclusivity. The guys in first class are paying for what I call I am not your matey.
Oh Lord! I love that.
You know what I'm saying? They are paying, Timmy and John Jola, they are paying for I am not your matey. The guys in economy are paying for a commodity. The guys in business class are paying for an accessory. The guys in first class are paying for I am not your mate.
I am not their mate. You was saying that. I am so not.
That's exactly. So it's positioning. You hear me what I'm saying? The guys who are positioned in first class are not your mates. They don't mind shelling out top dollar because they feel they deserve it. I deserve it. I'm not your mates. I'm not your mates. I'm not going to wait in line. I'm not your mates. And you know, if you're not careful, you can have an economy lifestyle so much that when you get upgraded to business class, you still behave like an economy passenger.
Chai.
Or you don't hear me what I'm saying. Because it's happened to me before. I remember when the very first time I've flown economy so long, I knew that I would stand in line, I would queue, I'll do this, I'll do that. So I stayed in line. I got to the airport, stayed in line, did the whole thing. I was traveling to maybe the UK, stayed in line, did everything, you know, was because I'm an economy guy, I just stayed there, right? It wasn't until I finally got to the front where the person took my ticket and said, sorry, sir, you're in business class. You shouldn't be on the line. I was like, what do you mean I shouldn't be on the line? She said, no, you should actually just come to this other place and we will take you inside. Meanwhile, I had spent 2 hours like a good Nigerian person.
Oh my God.
You, respecting myself. Oh my God. You can experience poverty for so long that when you make money, you don't know how to behave.
Hi. Oh Lord. Oh God.
You hear me what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, your positioning, guys, is everything. You cannot demand what you don't think you deserve. Now, at the beginning of this, when I joined the session, I saw that, you know, your coach, Sam, had said, I'm giving $100 to this person or for whatever, you know. And I don't know whatever the hell you guys did. Maybe you guys did whatever. He gave $100 and that's good, very gracious and kind of him. But for many of you who are watching, who participated, and I'm not saying no one participated, I'm just giving you a lesson. What you did, you said $100. That's a lot of money. multiplied it by 620 naira, 62K. If I get $100 now, that's 62K. That 62K can do this, can do this, can do this. Now, guess what? That's 62K. $100 might sound exciting, but here in America where I live, it is perhaps one of the least levels of value. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's not money. People work for $100. $100 is good living. If you get $100 a day for 30 days, you're doing okay. But I'm saying, and I'm not saying that next time Sam offers $100, you're saying, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm just simply saying, can you come up higher? Can you come up higher? Can you come up higher? So Coach Sam has the ability to earn minimum $100 a day, minimum. Guess what? His minimum right now is your maximum. Does that not tell you that there's something wrong with your equation? No disrespect, I'm not trying to diss you. If your Coach Sam can sit by himself on his computer and make $100 a day, his minimum right now is your maximum. I know disrespect to many of you cannot make $100 a day. You can't make 62,000 naira a day. Some of you don't make 62,000 naira a month. Can we come up higher? Someone says, cue me, I beg you. Come up higher. Come up higher. Come up higher. Come up higher. In this same Nigeria, guys are killing it, fam. We're not doing Yahoo. Sam is not doing Yahoo. Me, I'm not doing Yahoo. They will say aspire to perspire. Is that aspire to perspire that I've been doing? I've been doing aspire to perspire for the last, Jesus Christ, since 2005. I've been doing aspire to perspire. And you know how people they would use motivational speakers, aspire to perspire to Maguire to this. I've been doing, that's all I've been doing since 2005. And I can make, at least by the grace of God, I can make a lot of money. And I am. So I'm daring you to come up higher. Which is why I'm glad that Sam is organizing these events. I don't know how often he does it, but I'm really glad, that you're sitting and you're learning. What's here? The sweet spot is not in the sitting and the learning. The sweet spot is when you get to the point and say, Coach Sam, you have the ability to generate minimum $100 a day. Can I give you $50 or 20K? I don't know how many minutes 20K will buy me with you, or how many hours 20K will buy me with you. I just want to sit with you for 30 minutes and ask you 5 questions. And you will write those 5 questions down. You will think about those questions. It's not nonsense questions. You think about those questions for 5. I'd say if I have 30 minutes with Sam Harvard, what 5 questions could I ask him that by the time I'm done, I already know. I know exactly what I need to do. I'll just go and execute. That's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot. But I'm glad you guys are here. So I'm glad that you are here. See, I've been broke. I've been broke, very, very broke. My parents have a house in Yanobaja, right? Forget this commitment that I have, that I studied abroad when I was younger and everything like that. But my parents, I lived for the longest time with my parents in Yanobaja. Dokwemu, I remember we had one house we had an apartment in Dokwemu, Agege, and then we moved to, what's the second place in my parents' house is Ikola in Yanobaja. The name of our bus stop was Vulcanizer Bus Stop. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I've been there, done that. I've been there.
That bus stop name can make you poor.
Rana says you live in Ikola. Yes, my dad lives in Ikola. My dad, I don't want to give my dad's house number, but my dad's house number is like my dad used to have a garden outside his house. I don't know if you know where that is. My dad has he doesn't have a garden anymore. He's put shops in front of it now, but he has a house there. That's where I grew up for quite a while. You know what I mean? So my point is, you gotta grow, you gotta elevate. It's not my area to be that. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I'm not lying. Forget that stuff. I've hustled hard and I've expanded my mind. And that's what I'm doing with you guys. And that's what Sam is doing with you guys. So I want you to elevate. Set up my area, no joke. I'm so sorry. Shout out to all my color people. Shout out to all my Yanapaja people, my vulcanizer church. I'm Botikuyo bus stop. I hail you, Mongoro Cement, Zilepo. I feel you guys. Oh my goodness. My point, guys, is it's possible. Barua, Barua bus stop. Yes, my mom is in Barua. You know what I mean? So, guys, tell me, if this is making sense to you, we've been there. We've been there, but you need to come up higher. So in the questions that I've been asking you guys, the question is, what questions are you writing? Forget about the hype for, yes, we're excited, we're laughing. When I said, Sam's minimum is somebody's maximum. Somebody should need to ask the question, if I can't make $100 a day, how can I make $10 a day? $10 may not be a lot of money. How much is $10? $10 is 6,200 naira a day, something like that. How do I make $10 a day? For example, how do I make whatever a day? For example, right? So back to the story, the Alibaba story. Let me fast track, then I'll show you an opportunity that I want to offer you guys as well. And so I wrote it down. How do I make $1 million in a day? On the first of the year. So January 1st, 2017. I had this program, Mastering the Business of Your Talent. Some of you who follow me may have heard of it before. It's an online course coaching program. And I decided then, because my magic number, remember I told you, magic number is your route to $1 million. My magic number at the time was 100 grand. If I could get 10 people to give me 100 grand, I'll make $1 million. That was my goal. I just needed to prove that day one, I could forget about day 2, day 365. I wanted to prove that day 1, I could make money. The first day of the flipping year, I could make money. Right? So my magic number was 100 grand. 10 people to give me 100 grand, I'll make $1 million. Long story short, anyway, I got 14 people who gave me 100 grand for my program, right? And I decided my program should be online and Anyway, long story short, I got 14 people who paid me 100 grand. I made 1.4 million naira on the first day 1, January 2017. January 1st, 2017, I'll never forget, right? And the year continued. January 1st, 2018. Are you listening? January 1st, 2017, I made 1.4 million naira. January 1st, 2018, my tithe was 1.4 million naira. So I'm sure you have an idea of how much I made. My tithe was 1.4 million naira. Day one, Ada, day one. My tithe was 1.4 million naira. And every year, I still play that same game. January 1st. Can I tell you? Should I tell you? Okay, I'll tell you. I won't tell you the recent one. My third to the last. So I've told you January 2017, January 2018. We're in January 2020. So we're in 2022 now. 22, 21. Let me tell you. 22, 21, 20. I'll tell you 20. I'll tell you 2020. I'll skip 2021 and 2022 because I don't want that year to bust again. So we'll talk about January 2020. January, blood of Jesus. January 2020. January 1st, 2020. Our numbers were. Our numbers 2020, January 1st, was 26 million naira. January 1, 2020. January 1, 2020, it was 26 million naira. It's not crypto. I don't do crypto. I said all I know how to do is aspire to perspire. Motivational speaking. And for those of you perhaps who are not Nigerian, who don't understand the context of aspire to perspire is a derogatory term that most Nigerians, particularly young Nigerians, use to deride motivational speakers. As they always say, because we use a lot of alliterations, we tend to rhyme. So we say, if you have to aspire to perspire, to refire, to expire, we use a lot of rhymes. So people tend to deride motivational speakers and say they are aspire to perspire, which just means we just rhyme, we ain't got nothing going for us. However, That's not the fact, fam. So that's not the fact. Treasure Carlo is here. Treasure Carlo is you people's sales boss. Treasure can verify everything I'm telling you because he knows because I'm not lying. This is all I do. This is all I do. This is the only business I do. I don't do buying and selling. I don't do trade. I don't do forex. I don't understand all that stuff. My rule for investment, if I don't understand it, I won't do it. You can make money. I have Bitcoin. I have all that stuff. I've lost money. I don't get it. I don't trade none of that stuff. This is all I know how to do, and this is all I do. So this Aspire to Perspire, that's what I'm doing. Right? That was January 1st, 2020. Right? So let me show you inside. Oh, coronavirus was so beautiful for me. Thank God Rich is asking. Inside coronavirus, it was such a beautiful time for me. Coronavirus, I kid you not. Treasure will tell you. I was doing this weekly coaching program called Business Immunity. Temi Anjola. I was doing this program called Business Immunity every week because I felt like people are suffering or entrepreneurs are stuck. They can't get out. Coronavirus, their businesses are not profitable. Okay, maybe I can help them. So I just sort of, I'll have 2-hour sessions every Saturday. Every Saturday. Yes, it was every Saturday. My wife says yes. Every Saturday. Was it Saturday and Sunday? Every Saturday alone. Every Saturday, yes. My wife says every Saturday. So every Saturday, I would have group coaching sessions for 2 hours. And I would have maybe 20 entrepreneurs in a class. You guys are 477. I would have 20 people in the class on Zoom, and I would coach them 2 hours. And everybody was paying, at that time, $100. At that time, 40,000 naira. 40,000 naira times 20 people, because I only had 20 people in every class. That's 800,000 naira every Saturday. 800,000 times 4 is 3.2 million naira every month. I did that. Apart from that, my January 1st money, I was doing that every Saturday, 800K a week. In a month, 3.2. And I did this for 6 months. 3.2 million times 6 is, whatever the number is. What's the number? 3.2 times 6. Whatever. That's like 19 million, give or take. So in coronavirus, it was, I'm sorry about, our thoughts and prayers with families who lost their loved ones and, whatever. But from a business perspective, I made a heck of a lot of money. Every Saturday, I was making 800K minimum, right? So my point, again, thank you, Yamta, positioning. Because I said people have a problem. Businesses are not making money. They're trapped. They need to be able to sell to people. Their stores are closed. How do they sell to people even though their stores are closed? And I created a course about it. I just took that problem, created a solution, and I started selling it, right? That's what I was doing. So let me share with you one of the opportunities that I feel that, hey, if you help me, I can help you. So we can scratch each other's backs, right? Sam had told me how you guys are incredible. Some of you are incredible, not everybody maybe, but some of you are incredible at what they call affiliate marketing. And I'm sure you know the concept of, please inform me holy water. Lagos is flooded, there's plenty of water. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Please forgive me. Oh my goodness. My mom is in Lagos right now, so I don't know why I'm laughing. Anyway, I should call her, that's true. Yes, so affiliate marketing is really important. I know a lot of people may know of it. And what is affiliate marketing, to be honest? It means you help someone sell their products and they give you a percentage or commission for selling your products. End of story. End of story. Absolutely end of story. So I want to share with you an opportunity that I have that you can make money and I could make money. We could